Your hair's
Whatever. I can't help it. I can, but
you can, but
whatever.
Hi, friends.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to another episode of Dual Wellness, the show where a mother and her son, Camille, Max, 56, 22, we discuss mental health, physical health, other forms of health, our journey. Maybe it's not health. Maybe we're not so good at it. Maybe we're just talking about our thoughts and opinions on it. I don't know. I'm not great at everything. So, anything like that. Yeah. So, thank you for watching our video. Any new subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you're watching it, really helps us out a lot.
It does. We appreciate you.
Yeah, so we're a small, growing channel. There's only a minute on this recording for some reason. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, we're back again. There was only a minute on the recording for some reason on the SD card, so we're back.
What a pain in the butt.
I don't know what's happening.
Anyways, okay. Today's topic, what we're gonna discuss. Our topic for today is it was suggested to us by my lovely sister Les. Hi, Les.
Hey, Les.
She had brought up the subject as the power of positivity. And what we mean by that is the power of positivity. That's a pretty general statement. It's kind of, everybody knows, everything. But one of the things that I was witness to this week was some internet issues with toxic positivity. Everything. Somebody that I follow, who I enjoy, who is a very positive person, and I follow her because she is so positive. She and her husband are, her name is Jen Delvaux. She has a podcast. She's very active on Instagram. She is a local person, but she has a pretty large following.
Right.
But her podcast is, she and her husband do a podcast. It's Not Today Cancer, and it's about her husband has brain cancer. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's their experience, but it's just different. I, thank you, Jesus, I'm not touched by cancer right now, but I still follow their podcast because she is so positive. Well, there was a recent, it recently blew up this week with how she had toxic positivity, and I didn't agree with the people that were saying that were people that her they either had people in their lives that had passed from cancer and stuff like that, and they just were so they were in pain, and I believe that they were in pain and lashing out. So whatever, but it is the power of positivity and how it can how the difference between being positive and being negative, and you can have the exact same situation, and separate from what this person went through and everything, you can have the exact same situation, and if having a crap attitude about it, it makes you feel horrible.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It makes you feel horrible. So I personally don't understand why people, we've had some pretty horrible things happen to our family and stuff like that. Really, sure. And staying positive through the horrible things that have happened has sometimes been difficult, but I think that I think that as a family we made the choice to try to stay as positive as possible. And maybe that, I don't know. What do you think about the power of positivity? Do you think you can be too positive? Do you think you can...
I think there's a few different types of positivity, absolutely. So when I see toxic positivity, I don't think that you can really apply toxic positivity to a situation that requires a massive amount of positivity to overcome it, something like cancer or a tragedy or something like that, I don't think it's fair to say you're coping with this wrong, you're dealing with this wrong.
That's a good point.
I don't think that's fair to say. I think toxic positivity, in my opinion, is more stuff like, it's more like, it's like if somebody is sad or something like that, and they're like,
I feel horrible.
Yeah, I feel horrible. I'm having a hard time. I feel depressed. Toxic positivity is like, hey
just
man,
smile
just smile, just laugh, just this.
Fake it till you make it. And sometimes I do fake it till I make it.
Right. In my opinion, toxic positivity is more. It's unintentional. It's like ignorance. It's just like you have a lack of empathy and a lack of understanding as to what to say in this situation. You don't really understand what they're going through. You're trying to be positive, you're trying to be nice, but it ends up coming off as just
that's interesting.
As like ignorant. It's kind of like, okay, man. Like, all right, man, I get it. Thanks. Okay.
So separate from toxic positivity, how do you think that? What do you think about the power of positivity and how it's helped you?
The way I see it is it takes just as much energy to be negative about a situation as it does to be positive about a situation. I don't think there's always...
That's a great point.
Right.
That is a great point.
And I don't think that there's always like this was meant to be. There's a reason for all of this. You're just looking at it wrong and stuff like that. Like, it's all going to be all right and everything. I do usually think things work out. I do think it's good to understand that tragedies happen to everyone. There are awful events in everybody's life. I fully understand that, like I've never broken a bone. This isn't a tragedy or anything like that. I've never broken a bone. I've never even felt like severe physical pain, but I fully understand that probably at some point in my life, I probably will. Most likely. There's like a 99% chance I'm gonna feel some awful physical pain, right? But it's not like I'm freaking out about that or I'm scared of it or anything like that. So you see the world that you think of, basically. If you think...
I like that line.
Right.
I like that line.
Yeah.
I that is a great... You see the world that you think
that you want to see. Like, I'm not saying you want terrible things to happen to you or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if you expect terrible things to happen, you're going to end up looking at a lot of situations as terrible.
Right.
If I woke up in the morning and and my initial thought with like work was today's gonna suck. I don't like work. The day's gonna suck. You're not gonna like work. You're gonna be miserable throughout the day. It's going to echo. You're gonna create an echo chamber that.
Here's what I see a lot. Okay, here's what I see a lot. Is not necessarily so blatant with the today's gonna suck, it's gonna be horrible, blah 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 blah. Of course that's very blatant. It's the subtle negativity.
It's like jokes. Am I right? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's the subtle negativity, like
that's just life.
You knew that was gonna happen.
Exactly.
That it was. I'm really tired. I'm just not in the mood for this. Yeah. I'm not in all of that whole attitude, when you start your day out.
Is that, yeah.
With that whole, and it doesn't even have to be anything as extreme as this is going to be a rotten day.
No.
It's the whole, and I'm not saying, I'm not Susie Sunshine.
No, of course not.
I'm not, but I do believe in when I'm waking up and getting ready for work and stuff like that, when I'm trying to think about my day and think about what I have to do and think about, I try to find something that I can look forward to.
Absolutely.
Even if it's, what it just made me think of? It's like little kids, when you ask little kids about school and you're like, what's the best thing about school?
Yeah.
And they're like, recess,
friends,
or lunch,
friends,
my friend,
exactly.
and everything, and that's it.
Yeah, work might not be super fun, but this
School's not super
School's
fun,
not super fun, but
yeah.
I have this. The way I see it is like this. So I see each day as like a story. You're writing a story or a TV show. And to write a good story, you have a theme at the start, and then you build up from the theme. Your first thoughts of the day are like your theme that then you build up from.
Well, that's a neat idea.
And typically the movies I like are ones that aren't nihilistic or cynical. Like, I don't like it in like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or horror movies in general that, oh, you thought they overcame the tragedy, they overcame the bad, but guess what? Spoilers for Friday the 13th. Jason
just keeps coming back.
Jason jumps out of the water at the end.
Yeah.
Freddy grabs her through the window and everything. The idea of that, the concept it's trying to portray to you is that you'll never overcome it. It's always, the evil is always there. You'll never overcome it. It stinks. And that's
I guess I never thought that hard into it. Wow.
Yeah, it's a very nihilistic look at life and tragedy. I would say the general population likes to watch more inspiring tragic movies where it's a tragedy happens at the start and then the person overcomes it through growth and understanding and introspection. That's what people usually like to see is not a movie that ends in there's no arc, there's no growth, there's no understanding.
Some people do like those movies, but I'm not
I would say the general population likes the inspiring film more.
Yes.
And I think you, at the start of your day, imagine yourself like the writer of your own movie or your own story.
Cool.
You have to imagine like somebody is watching your story. What would you want the audience to walk away from if they're watching your movie? Would you want them to say, that main character was awesome, and I'm so happy for them that they got through that.
And you're the main character.
Yes, yeah, you're the main character. Yeah. I'm so happy for them that they got through that. That beginning was awful. It was tragic. It was really depressing. But I'm so happy for them that they got through that. And I
don't want awful and tragic every single solitary day.
Or
some
you
days
see what I'm saying.
Just boring.
But coming over, everybody has like climaxes.
Yeah.
Like the
crescendo.
Yes, that part of their life that they could write a movie about. A tragedy that they could write a movie about.
Or just it doesn't have an adversity. Something that you can look at in a negative way. Or you can look at as an opportunity for growth. That is, and looking at something as an opportunity for growth is a much more positive way to
Well, that's the only way you will be able to grow is if you have a growth mindset. If you have a mindset of there's nothing I can do in this situation.
Right.
I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to end this way. I knew it was this. There's no point. Like nihilism. If you have that mindset, you're not going to have... It's not that you're literally creating a world where it's impossible to have a better outcome, but you're not going to have the drive or the motivation to create...
Do you think that you had the propensity to the more negative mindset that you have? Do you think that you had the propensity to then not see the good? There could be good upon good upon good happening, but you just don't see it.
Right, that's the thing. With like the news and everything like that, all you see in the news is like 8 people dead in a horrible accident. Yeah. Like this many people died. This many people died. This many people died. And stuff like it's not. It's very rarely the headlines are very rarely the good news.
The good stuff. Yeah.
But that it does exist. There is a lot of very good news. There's a lot of great progress and everything. And back to the toxic positivity thing, I think this is where people tend to, hearing me talk and stuff like that, I can very easily see somebody going like, whatever, shut up.
What do you know?
Yeah, what do you know? And then usually they put that toxic positivity twist on it, but in reality I think they're just very negative people. And I think a lot of times people who believe in like toxic positivity, especially in the face of a tragedy, are just very negative people who are usually in a lot of ways like scared to...
It is, I do think that, I think fear. Yes. I think fear, sadness, those are all very, very, very strong emotions. And they can be all-encompassing. And I've been there. Yeah, and I know it.
It's very hard. It's very painful.
To,
Growing pains are emotional as much as they are physical.
it is, not, as we've said a million times, everything, yes, there's sad, there's depression, there's all of
Absolutely.
this good stuff. That is not what we're talking about. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the general, everyday, the people the Debbie Downers. Sorry to everybody named Debbie. I'm sorry. The people don't like that when you like calling someone a Karen or something like that. Poor Karens that are actually nice people. Anyways, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the little black clouds in the office. We're talking about the
there's a little thing called it's called like a growth mindset and a I forget what the other one is. It's a different form of a mindset. It's the type of people where it's like you say you say something like relating it to like working out and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You say, man, I've been working out a lot. I really think like if I stick with this, I can put off like this weight, or I could build muscle or something like that. And people are like, oh, you can't do that. You could never look like Christian Bale. You could never have that type of body. You can't do that. You have to have genetics for that, or you have to have this or that.
Person that says, when you say, if I really work out like this, or if I really watch my diet and stuff like that, I'm really hoping that I can get this weight off and stuff like that. Statistically, people just gain all of that.
Or they're like, good luck. I could never do that. I could never do anything like that. I'm just.
You've tried before and you weren't successful. It's things like that.
That's the negativity that we're talking about. That's shutting down somebody else's healthy positivity. Positivity, in my opinion, is just motivation. It's a catalyst for motivation. That's all it is.
Which I want to do another show. I want to do another episode about is motivation. But anyways, yeah.
That's all it is. It's when you see something awful happen and you say, wow, that was terrible. That was really messed up. But at least I'm still here and I can take this tragedy as a reason to then make it so other people don't have to face this tragedy. Or I can learn from this tragedy and help other people cope with it and deal with it.
Exactly. Yes. I can talk about my experience.
Yes.
I can, and maybe through my experience someone else can either avoid it or get through it easier.
Yeah, yes. Exactly.
I think what toxic positivity is it's a way to suppress anything bad.
Right.
It's just push it down. Just push it down. Don't acknowledge that bad. Don't acknowledge that. Just push it down. Push it down. And that's what I think toxic is. It's anything where you're,
But it's hard to come up with real life examples as to when ways people actually do that, ways an external force does that to you.
Okay, well, I can think of something. An example would be, I lost my job. I lost my job, and I'm really sad about it. I am super sad about it. I got a lot of my identity from that. I am really sad. Mm-hmm. Everything. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. You know you're gonna be.
You'll get another one. It's fine.
You know you're gonna be fine, and you're gonna. That's. That to me seems a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate the word toxic. Toxic is in a scientific term. It's poisonous. And I understand the concept behind it, but it's such a. It's like. The word triggered. I hate that word too.
Toxic positivity to me is just negativity. So,
camera freaked out again.
Yeah, so there was gonna be a cut here, but
that's okay.
So,
all right. I think we were getting ready to wrap it up anyway.
Yeah. So I want to say again, sorry if this sounded like we were being toxically positive or anything like that. It's not directed at anybody. It's not trying to shoot down the way you cope with any trauma or issues or anything like that. Another point I want to make really quick is just that growth takes a very, very, very long time. Very long time. There's
in all honesty, and this is something that is coming from someone that is much older than you. So this is where our age comes into play. hopefully growth takes your whole entire life.
Exactly.
Hopefully
Yeah.
hopefully you are growing.
The
I mean,
whole-
I am 56 years old and I haven't finished growing.
Yeah, usually the end of the inspirational movie is when they achieve the goal. When it's like, oh, the guy at the start of the movie is a marathon runner, and then he like twists his ankle or something, and then he has to go through physical therapy,
hopefully
and then he
he
finishes the big race.
Yes,
at the
but
end.
hopefully the guy continues to have growth opportunities
Right.
throughout his life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But honestly, like you, if you got it all figured out and you're done, then like you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
you know.
You better hope that you never, ever, ever have it all figured out when
Right.
you're done, because then you're done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's in closing. Thank you for watching. As usual, please like, subscribe, comment, share with people. Word of mouth helps. I don't know. Share
We're
on
having
Instagram,
fun
stuff like
doing
that.
this, so
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching again.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thanks, friends.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.